It's Brian Keller. I want to talk about Halloween Ends, one of the most disappointing movies I've seen in a while, unfortunately, because I love the Halloween franchise. I love it so much. I don't know why. There aren't that many great movies in it, but I do love it. And, like, just watching this was. Oh, it makes Halloween 2018, which I did not like initially, it makes it look like Halloween 1978. It looks so good, so amazing. And Halloween Kills, I don't even know what that was, but at least that was hilariously fun to watch, even though I hated it. This was just a slog and just a groaner and an eye roller and everything. Got my handy dandy list. Um, and yeah, I'm recording this quite a while after probably should have. It's middle of November now, but these notes are all very fresh. Um, and yeah, I mean, it starts off. The movie starts off with just all that exposition, all this exposition, and just pretty much filling us in on everything that's happened in the past and in the past two movies, and like I don't know, it just rehashes everything for us for no real reason in my understanding. It's just like assuming no one has seen the other movies, and it's like here's everything all at once, like so just so y'all can catch up. And I don't know, it just looking at it now, it's like yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but it left a bad taste in my mouth as soon as it was not a good first impression. So the opening with Corey was just tough to. It was just a whole new character, a whole new motivation, a whole new dynamic, and that was not fun to see, like coming on the screen, realizing that they're just kind of revamping. They're starting a whole new character with new motivations and new unique personality traits, and that are just realizing that they're going to have to flesh this character out or try to in whatever the runtime was, 90 minutes, 100 minutes, and or 2 hours, whatever it was. But the fact that yeah, we've had a trilogy, and it's like here's several new characters that we're gonna have to try and flesh out and make you care about and form a plot around, and ugh, it just fell so flat. Like I was just so angry when we had so much movie time, so much runtime devoted to a brand new character with new motivations and new backstory, and it was hard to see because the direction the movie was going was just so hard to see so quickly. Like it just started off on a bad foot for me. I'll just get into the one of the things that really bugs me a lot, and that's the forced romance between Allison and Corey, and just how they fall in love. I don't even remember how many days pass in the movie, but it seems like a couple days. And whether maybe it's more than that, I don't think it's months. Like that's all it seemed in movie time to me. Is that a couple days pass, or maybe 3 or 4, and they're in love. And I thought the movie took away a lot of Allison's agency as a character and kind of independence, and her being her own character, and kind of reduced her to just a love interest and the foil for Corey to kind of move the story along. And if she was like, because later in the movie, like she just decides to uproot her life for this guy she met a week ago. At that point, I don't know. It's hard to care, but it's hard to, yeah, like reconcile that with, the past. Halloween Kills, she was just kind of running around like everyone else was, but from the first movie, and it's like she's not 15 in this movie. She's like, it seems like out of nursing school, or at the end of nursing school, but she's in her early 20s. She's not some 15-year-old who I think that would work a lot better for the running away with someone and, falling so deeply in love and like, let's get out of town, take you away from all this mentality. But it was super hard to see that because I really liked her as a character overall in the first one. second movie was just whatever. I thought they were gonna salvage it with this third movie, but yeah, to see her pretty much reduced, being like one of the, maybe if you do Michael, Laurie, and Allison as the main characters, she's a third of the main drive of the new trilogy. That's what I thought was gonna happen. She's just reduced to the kind of the romantic interest of the brand new character, and who kind of abandons her whole personality. And I had no idea what her motivations were. Like, yeah, the town like sees her as damaged, or sees her as, they can't see her for who she is. They only see her for a victim of Michael Myers. And the motivation that's what she's just gonna leave everything behind and say screw it, and kind of go off with that. I don't know. It just seemed like something, like it would work for like a 15-year-old in a movie, but not this 22-year-old, 23-year-old, I don't know exactly, nurse who's, got maybe not a career, but a steady job and a future. And it just seems so ham-fisted and forced. And just another part is it kind of just made her seem like not a good person, a person without good judgment, because she dated that cop, apparently. And that cop is a horrible person. Like, it's the cliche horrible character who's a jackass and mean and not nice and just horrible to people. And it's like, I didn't believe for a second that she would have dated him. And like, they're just, the personalities are so off and different. It's like, are we really supposed to believe? Like, are we? I don't know. I felt it's like the movie was asking me to think so little of Allison. It's like that she would date someone like that. So many things to talk about, but it's like the things that really just bothered me, that like took me out of the movie. Like one of them being Corey's possession. I guess it was a possession by Michael, or Michael connecting with him, and then them killing together because Michael understands Corey's trauma, baggage, and Corey, I didn't understand it at all. Like, I had zero idea the motivation. Like, I mean, the movie tells you, like, he's getting bullied. He's that guy, and he wants to take revenge. And, knowing it is different than believing it. Like, I knew why he was doing things, but I didn't believe it at all. And they just so quickly, like, they play up at the very end that Michael's just a man, that he's not some, actual boogeyman, but then he's like reading minds of people, or able to see into their souls or their brains or their thoughts. It's like, okay, so I guess two things can be true at once, sure, but don't have your whole ending be, kind of hedging on the phrase of he's just a man, when he has super mystical not telekinetic, but mind reading powers, like earlier in the movie. It was hard to reconcile for me. And the ending, I just had such a problem with the ending. I think it should have been, they should have leaned on the, pure evil, like as Loomis says in the first one, that there's nothing but evil, and that, maybe have Laurie die instead. Like, not this happy, it's kind of a happy-go-lucky ending, like all the sunlight and the no breathing on the credits, because he's still there. And I think it would have been more powerful if it's just like, this entity can't be beat, like he's pure evil, like it's not gonna be stopped. And it was just kind of tough to see. And with the just a man thing, that kind of goes against the ending of Halloween Kills, because he gets shot and stabbed and beat up and still kills everyone. It's like, is he just a man, or is he more than just human? Is he more than just a man? I would say he clearly was in Halloween Kills at the end, but whatever. I don't think they were really thinking of the connective tissue, or thinking of falling into plot holes or not continuing the mythology, what would be following the lore of this new trilogy. Honestly, now I wish they would have just maybe done Halloween 2018, beefed it up, and done a two-parter, and just had the first half of the build-up and some Michael, getting some kills and breaking out, have the podcasting people in the beginning, have Michael eventually, kill them, breaking out of the prison or in the bus crash, and kind of starting to stalk around Haddonfield a little bit, but really beef everything up, all the characters in that first part 1, and then maybe do a part 2 where he's just wreaking havoc on the town, and I don't know, have Laurie die, have him die, whatever. But I think just fleshing out that first movie, beefing up the characters, really taking the time with everything, and making that pretty much a two-parter, because it feels like they ran out of all their good ideas with Halloween 2018, and Halloween Kills and this one were just the fact that they said it was going to be a trilogy, and now they want it to be a trilogy, and that's the only reason it got made. And that's really hard for me, because I love this franchise. I grew up watching all of them on AMC all through October, and it's just sad to see when you have all this money and support and the actors back, and then it just falls flat on its face on 2 out of the 3 of the trilogy. And I'm gonna just, from now on, whenever I watch Halloween, I'm just gonna watch whatever movies I'm watching. These 2 are just gonna be a Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends are gonna be a faint, not really remember that. It's like, did that really happen? I'm just gonna let it go. So to summarize, was I entertained? No, not at all. It was hard to watch. Do I think it's a good movie? No, I do not. I think it just goes off the rails and has no idea where it's going, and just gets to where it wants to go because that was in the script, and it just gets there because it gets there. Would I rewatch it? No. I might rewatch Halloween Kills for how absurd it was, but not even this. Like, even for the sake of having a better informed thing, or a better informed recent watch to kind of review it by, no, I don't want to do that. Do I recommend it? No, not a bit. To people who haven't seen any of the Halloweens, to people who've seen some, maybe if you hate Halloween, if you hate the franchise and you love to hate on it, I guess this would be one that you would want to watch, but I cannot in good conscience recommend this to anyone. Unfortunately, I so wish it was the opposite. So thank you guys for listening. Let me know what you thought. It's a very big disappointment, but still love the movies, love to go see them. Have a good one, guys.